Hey, what's up? I'm Dominique. Today, let's just have some makeup fun and let's talk about everything girly. Sit back, relax, grab some Dr. Pepper just like me, and let's just have some makeup fun and let's get ready together. I figured why not just chat about everything? So let's get started on this beat, and the first thing that I do every single time I do my makeup is I start with a primer. You know, I really do believe in primers. I feel like they really set your skin up for success because skin prep is so important when it comes to makeup, and I can't even open this primer right now. Why did they make this like this? I finally got my hands on the e.l.f. Liquid Putty Primer and I'm so excited to try it out. Let's see if it's as amazing as the internet says that it is. I'm so excited because this primer has been all over the internet and I have been trying to find it for months. Every single time that I've tried to find it at Target, it hasn't been there. It's out of stock, it's wiped out clean, and I'm like, how am I supposed to find this? Ulta doesn't even have it. I went to Ulta and I was like, do you have the putty primer from e.l.f? And they were like, no, it's literally only at Target. And I'm like, oh, good. Glad that I can't find it anywhere. The first impressions of this primer is that it feels just like the putty primer. I have no idea how they managed to do that in a liquid formula. Like, what? You know the standard little putty primer that comes in the jar? You know how it feels when you put it on that skin? Kind of like that. That very specific kind of silicone type texture. That is exactly how this feels. It feels identical. I don't know how they did that, truly. That's crazy. It feels so amazing on the skin right now. Oh my god. It feels so good. And I definitely feel like it did a wonderful job of filling in my pores. I can barely see them. I have a feeling this is going to be a staple in my collection from now on because this is fire. Usually when I do my makeup, I always start with my eyeshadow first, but today I'm not going to do that, just to switch it up and have a little bit of fun, because why not change it up sometimes? So for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This foundation I just recently became obsessed with again because I've used it a few years ago and then for some reason I just stopped using it, and then I went back to try it again and I was obsessed. I was hooked. I use it all the time now, and I remember why I loved it in the first place. I feel like the formula of this foundation is a tad bit thick, so when you use this foundation, only use a little bit of it because you don't need a lot. It's super full coverage. Mother trucker, no, 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 no. Not on the shirt. Well, I love that for me. It's now stained. I'm just gonna roll up the sleeve a little. And this one too, just in case. And also this foundation has more of a natural matte finish, so it is great for oily combo skin. I'm a dry skin queen and I still love it. And the way that this foundation just makes my skin look so smooth and flawless is insane. I remember the very first time that I put this foundation on, I was shook at how good it made my skin look. So now it's time for concealer, and I'm going to be using the HAUS Labs concealer today. Ever since this concealer came out, I've been non-stop obsessed with it. Every single time I've had to do my makeup, I've used this concealer. For the most part, of course. But I'm telling you, the way that this concealer looks under the eye, the formula, the hydration that it has, it's just simply amazing, and I have been obsessed, in love with this concealer. I use it all the time under my eyes, but I also use it for an eyeshadow primer a lot, and it does a wonderful job of prepping my eyes for eyeshadow, helping my eyeshadow look pigmented and making it last all day long without creasing. It's just a very versatile product, and I love, love, love this one. And of course, if you want to check out any of the products that I mentioned in this video, I'm going to link them all down in the description for you, just in case you want to go ahead and check any of them out. They're all right there for you down in the description box. So growing up, I didn't start wearing makeup until I was in high school, but I definitely remember wanting to wear makeup all throughout middle school. But I struggle with severe social anxiety, and I have my entire life, and I used to hate when people would point out something that I did differently with myself because I used to hate having attention called to me. So I always remember never wanting to wear makeup in middle school because I was so nervous that someone was going to come up to me and be like, oh my god, did you wear makeup? Are you wearing makeup today? Because also back then when I was in middle school, makeup wasn't cool, you know, like it wasn't trendy. And I'm only saying this because one day I actually remember I did wear makeup in middle school, and all it was some eyeshadow on my eyelids. And I remember people coming up to me throughout the day saying, oh my god, are you wearing eyeshadow? Are you wearing makeup? And for me, having social anxiety, that was like That was like my worst nightmare. And this may sound insanely stupid to you, but if you don't have social anxiety, you don't understand that normal things make you want to just like crumble and just like, and it's so stupid, but it is how social anxiety it is. So after that day in middle school when I wore makeup, I went home, took it right off, and never wore it again until high school. Because all that attention for me that day was too much, and I needed that to never happen again. Now I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. This powder is such an amazing, affordable, and beautiful powder. It is so thin and lightweight, and it just has a beautiful glow to it. And I absolutely love how it makes my makeup look and how it makes my makeup last throughout the day. I definitely recommend this one, for sure. Hands down, this is amazing. And all I'm gonna do with this powder is I'm gonna set underneath my eyes only, and I'm gonna use a lot of it. Since I did my foundation first, I don't want any eyeshadow fallout to get onto my foundation, so I'm going to apply a thick layer of powder to help catch the fallout, so when the fallout lands on the powder, I can just dust it all away. But the key to this trick is using a lot of powder so you can just wipe it all off. And for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the new Huda Beauty Pretty Grunge eyeshadow palette. I am so obsessed with this. And stay tuned for next week because I have a whole review and tutorial coming on this palette. So definitely subscribe if you want to see that video because it is coming next week and I'm so excited. My outfit in that video is also so cute. I really outdid myself in that one. But it's really because I'm just obsessed with this palette and it just is screaming my aesthetic. Like, I love this. But anyway, I'm just gonna create a little look using the palette. So let's see what I can come up with. It's not gonna be too crazy because I saved that for next week. I'm taking the shade Love Anarchy from the palette and I'm just going to apply it into my crease using some windshield wiper motions. I'm just gonna blend it all out so it looks super nice, blended and blown out. So I started wearing makeup in high school, and when I went to high school, I told myself that this was gonna be a new era for me. Freshman year in high school, I wore makeup every single day, and every single day that I went to school, I wore the exact same look. It was the Urban Decay Naked palette, the original one, and I would use the shade Buck from the palette, which was like a neutral brown, and I would apply it into the crease really heavily every single day, and it definitely didn't look blended out. That's for sure. I did not know how to do my makeup that well back then. And then I would apply the shade Sin to my lid, which was like a really light pinky champagne shimmer color, and then that would be the eyeshadow. Just those two shades. And then I would apply some black liner on my lash line. Of course, some mascara with the tiniest bit of concealer underneath my eyes. And that was it. That was literally all the makeup that I would wear in high school. It never changed. That was my go-to look. Except for my senior prom. I did actually wear foundation for the very first time that day. But besides that, I probably looked like a crazy hot mess with just some eyeshadow and a little bit of concealer, no foundation, no eyebrows, no nothing. Ma'am, what was I doing? But also, as I got to junior year, I definitely started wearing makeup a lot less, and then by senior year, I barely wore makeup to school. My high school used to start at 7:30 in the morning. Like, why were we required to be there at 7:30 in the morning? I was not about to do a full face of makeup at that time. No. I did that for 2 years prior, and then at that point, I was like, I'm done. I'm done doing this. But then I went to college and my love for makeup continued to grow. I finally started wearing foundation consistently for the very first time. I started branching off into different lipsticks, eyebrows. The whole glam department came through when I was in college. So I just did my eyebrows and I finished up my eye look off camera, and now we're gonna finish with the rest of the base. So I'm gonna go in with a bronzing stick, and this bronzing stick I have been literally in love with recently. This is the LYS Beauty No Limits Contour Bronzing Stick, and oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I have the shade Harmony in this, which is the medium shade, and this is so pigmented that you only need a little bit of this, and I really love it for that reason specifically. It's so easy to use, it blends like butter, and the shade is just magnificent. And overall, I think that the formula is wonderful. And plus, this is a clean brand, so this is a clean contour and bronzing stick. If you are interested in that, I definitely recommend this one. I mean, you see how easy this just blended out. This is so good. I am obsessed. But anyway, if you resonated with anything that I said about social anxiety and just feeling like you can't be yourself for whatever reason it may be, just know that once you graduate high school and you get out of the school system, life becomes a lot easier because you learn that nobody cares. Nobody cares what you're doing. Literally, nobody cares. Everyone is so consumed about themselves in this world that honestly, if I wear makeup one day to school in middle school and people ask me about it, you know, they're not gonna ask me about it forever. They're gonna get over it and it's not gonna be a big deal. But to me back then, it felt like they would never get over it, and like that would be an everyday occurrence if I wore makeup every day, you know? So just know that as you get older, it's much, much, much easier to manage and to be yourself. That is for sure. I completely forgot this side of my forehead with the bronzing stick. What was I doing? Next, I'm gonna take a little bit of the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Cream Blush, and I have the shade Rose in Brunch. I'm gonna dip my brush directly into the jar of this cream blush, and you only need a little bit of this because it's super pigmented, and I think I have way too much on this brush. I mean, look at this. This is pigmented. I'm just gonna do a little tap. Ooh, a little tap. Ah, so pigmented. Oh, I'm not complaining though. I'm not complaining though because this is gorgeous, and I'm so glad that it's pigmented because I'd rather it be pigmented than not be pigmented at all. So now I'm gonna go in with my sponge and I'm just gonna tap it out. Oh, okay. Do you see how beautiful that just blended out? Wow, this is gorgeous. So gorgeous. Love it. No wonder why I have been obsessed with this cream blush lately. It is so good. It looks so beautiful on the skin. It's not glowy. It's not matte. It literally just looks like skin on the cheek. I am obsessed with this and how it blends and how it looks without being too intense, but also so beautiful. Love, love, love this. Skin is looking so cute. Skin is skinning right now. I'm obsessed. Why do I say obsessed a million times in every single video I post? Why? Truly, can I find a different word than obsessed? I don't think I can, because obsessed really captures how I feel. Like, I am obsessed. Like, I love this. Like, I love it a lot and I'm obsessed. So here I am. And now with a fluffy brush and that e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder, I'm just gonna lightly dust it all over my face to set all the creams into place. I don't want to add too much powder because I don't want to look powdery, but I also just want to make sure that everything is set into place and that it's not going anywhere. Okay, I'm obsessed. Ugh. Why did I say that? Why did I say obsessed? I just talked about that 5 seconds ago. Why? I need a new word. Someone comment a new word that can replace I'm obsessed, because I need to know what it should be, because I don't know what it should be. Let me know what you think. Please let me know. I need a new word. Ooh, this stuff smells so good. So this is a Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this is a classic right here. I've gone through multiple of these because that is how much I love this. But I haven't used it in a while, and I just started going back to using it, and I remember why I'm obsessed. I'm just gonna lightly dust it over the cream bronzing stick just to help set it into place and help to bring back some warmth to my skin. This is an affordable bronzer that's absolutely stunning on the skin. It blends out so beautifully, just like butter, because it's literally called the butter bronzer for a reason. It is literally butter on the skin, and it smells just like coconuts. This scent is just iconic to me, and the shade of this is just everything. And the fact that it's affordable and you can find it at Walmart and Target is just so good too. I mean, this is a classic. You've probably tried this out before, and if you know, you know. So now I'm just gonna go in with this powder blush from McGRATH, and this is the shade Divine Rose, and I'm just gonna lightly enhance the cream blush that we put on. This is just a dusty rose shade, so it will go perfectly with the cream blush, and I love McGRATH so much. I love all of her makeup. She is literally a queen. She slays the makeup game, specifically eyeshadow. I mean, her eyeshadows are insane, out of this world. But I love these blushes as well. They go on so nicely onto the skin. They look so beautiful. They're so pigmented, and they just make your skin look like airbrushed and beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Now I'm just baking my face with some loose setting powder, and this is just gonna help to clean up my blush and bronzer and make it look a lot more snatched. And I'm gonna let this sit on my skin for a little bit while it does its magic. But I'll dust it off, don't worry. But before this video ends, I'd like to give you one piece of girly advice. Maybe not advice, but more motivation. So for highlight, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter, and I have the shade 250. This highlight looks stunning, gorgeous, perfection on the cheeks. I really wish that there was a mirror in here, but there's not. This highlighter is just so blinding without looking too glittery or chunky on the cheek, which is why I love it. I mean, you could really get this to look so intense and blinding, which I love. And I think 2016 highlighter hairstyle is going to start making a really strong comeback next year. So I love to see that. But this highlighter is going to give you that look. That is for sure. And it's affordable. You can't go wrong with this. So my last piece of motivation that I have for you today is that you are that bitch. And do not let anybody tell you otherwise. You are that bitch, period. You are your own main character. And I need you to keep that energy everywhere you go. Because baby, once you understand that you really are that bitch, watch what happens to you. Watch how your confidence feels and watch how everything just goes. And I know that it can be difficult to channel that bad bitch feeling, especially when you don't feel like a bad bitch. Makeup Forever lip pencil in Anywhere Caffeine. I love these so much. This is chef's kiss right here. But I need you to start practicing like you are that bitch. And I'm being so serious. Whether you start practicing it in your room, at your house, by yourself, I need you to just start trying, because that is when you will really feel like a bad bitch. And when I don't feel like a bad bitch and I'm getting some social anxiety pretty bad, I always do one thing. I'll lift my chin and I'll walk with my shoulders back and my chin up. And then in my head, I'll say, you're a bad bitch, you're a bad bitch, you're a bad bitch. Even though on the inside, I feel like I'm crumbling and I feel like I'm a literal ant on the ground or something. Like I feel so insignificant to the world. I just lift my chin, roll my shoulders, and I say, you're a bad bitch. And I do feel a little bit better when I do that. Because on the outside, when someone looks at me, I'm not giving off the fact that I'm literally crumbling from social anxiety on the inside. I'm giving, you're a bad bitch from the front. So that's all you gotta do. Nobody knows how you feel on the inside as long as you play it out from the outside, you know? So that's my little tip. Next time you are struggling with social anxiety or you're just feeling so overwhelmed, lift your chin, roll your shoulders, and watch that bad bitch just appear. It's all about faking it till you make it, and I know you've heard that a million times, but it's so true. When I think of posting myself on the internet for everyone to see, I get really bad anxiety because like, what am I doing? Posting myself on the internet like this? For anybody to see. But honestly, I love it so much that I don't give a what anybody else has to say, you know? Like that's how much I love it. I'm doing it for me because it makes me feel good on the inside and I have so much fun making these videos. So you gotta do what makes you feel good and what anybody else has to say about you, because you're a bad bitch and we can be bad bitches together. Also, this lip liner I've been wearing so much recently. It's such a good nude lip shade. I love it so much. And I definitely just had to bite my tongue from saying I'm obsessed. And now I'm gonna apply one of my favorite lipsticks. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Praline. It has a satin finish and it's a really nice nude. I love these lipsticks because they go on so good on the lips. They feel so comfortable and they last a really long time. And I love the shades so much. These shades are really good. This is like one of my favorite shades ever, truly. But this combo, ooh, so good. And now that my lip is done, I'm just going to wipe off all the bake. And I'm just using a clean, fluffy brush to do this. And that's it. Here is today's final makeup look. I had so much fun creating this video using some of my current favorite makeup that I love so much and that I hold very close to my heart because these products are it. And of course, as always, I've linked all the products that are featured in this video down in the description box just in case you want to go ahead and check any of them out. And of course, let me know what you think about this look and let me know if you've tried out any of these products that I talked about in today's video, and let me know if you love them as much as I do or if I'm just crazy, because that very well might be the case. And of course, before we go, I need you to remember one thing. You are a bad bitch. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me today. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I will be back next week with a brand new video. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, and P.S. if you enjoyed today's video, you should definitely give it a big thumbs up because it really helps support me and the channel a lot. And you should also subscribe so that we can become besties. Love that for us.